Right. That's enough training for one day.
Well, that last roundhouse
God,
was kind of
it just
sloppy. You sure you
occurred
want
to
to do
me.
it again?
No, that's fine. You just run along to
I don't know
class.
if any of that got picked up.
While I wait for the feeling to return to my arms.
I was just commenting that Xander was being more dickish than usual. What in the hell? That's a piggy.
Lordy, Herbert gave Mr. Flutie quite a scare, didn't he? Student?
He's a piglet with a foam.
You're right. He's a fine mascot and will engender school spirit.
Yeah, you better. Cost a fortune to feed him. All right, let's get you back into your cage. This way.
I'm not getting this.
It's simple, really. See, the bisector of a vertex is the line that divides the angle at that vertex into two equal parts.
Nope, you lost me.
It's like a big blur, all these numbers and angles.
It's the same stuff from last week. You had it down there.
Why do I need to learn this?
Today it's all gangs and drugs and those movies on Showtime with nudity. I don't have cable. I'll be hurt. When I was your age, we cared about the school's reputation and the football team's record, all that stuff. Of course, when I was your age, I was surrounded by old guys telling me how much better things were when they were my age.
Oh, piggy. Hey, piggy.
Training. All regular gym classes have been
Oh,
postponed.
no.
So you know what that means?
Dodgeball.
Dodgeball.
Yep. Now, as I understand it, they don't do this anymore.
You dodge.
It was considered, I don't know, too aggressive, too cruel. Kids got picked on, whatever. And I mean, it was those things. Don't get me wrong. But I don't know. I remember it being fun. And I was the kind of person that, like, if people were getting bullied, I was usually the person to, like, try to step in. Although that was probably only true once I hit high school. Before that, I did get bullied. I remember what it was like. He took out Willow. That's not him. Like I said, I don't like Xander, but he's not a dick to Willow. I guess. The weak. She's not weak. Now see, that's excessive. That's the kind of shit that I would be like, guys, not cool.
Xander, what's wrong with you?
I guess you've noticed that I've been different around you lately.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's because my feelings for you have been changing. And, well, we've been friends for such a long time that I feel like I need to tell you something. I've decided to drop geometry. So I won't be needing your math help anymore. Which means I won't have to look at your pasty face again.
Yeah.
You gonna say something to me?
Oz would have made this episode a lot more interesting. If you know, you know. Leave the piggy alone.
My whole life, Buffy. We haven't always been close, but he's never.
I think something's wrong with him.
Or maybe there's something wrong with me.
Nope.
What are you talking about?
Come on. He's not picking on you. He's just sniffing you a lot. I don't know. Maybe 3 isn't company anymore.
You think this has something to do with me?
Of course.
It's devastating. He's turned into a 16-year-old boy.
Nope.
Of course, you'll have to kill him.
Giles, I'm serious.
Is that fine? Except for the part about killing him. Testosterone is a great equalizer. It turns all men into morons. He will, however, get over it.
I cannot believe that you, of all people, are trying to scully me. There is something supernatural at work here. Get your books. Look stuff up.
Look under what?
I don't know. That's your department.
The evidence that you presented me with is sketchy at best.
He scared the pig. Well, he did.
Buffy, boys can be cruel. They tease, they prey on the weak. It's natural teen behavior, Pat.
What did you just say?
Prey on the weak.
They tease.
They prey on the weak. I've heard that somewhere. Xander has been acting totally wiggy ever since we went to the zoo.
Him.
A pig?
Dead. And also eaten. Principal Flutie's freaking out.
Testosterone, huh?
What are you gonna do?
Get my books?
Yeah.
Look stuff up.
Exactly.
How is Herbert?
Crunchy.
That's it. My office right now. Now!
That's assuming possession is the right word.
Oh, I'll say it is. The Maasai of the Serengeti have spoken of animal possession for generations. I should have remembered that.
Yeah.
So how does it work?
Well, apparently there's a sect of animal worshippers known as primals. They believe that humanity, consciousness, the soul, is a perversion, a dilution of spirit. To them, the animal state is holy. They are able, through transpossession, to draw the spirit of certain animals into themselves.
And then they started acting like hyenas.
Well, only the most predatory of animals are of interest to primals, so yes, that would fit, yes.
Xander.
You're not gonna want to do this.
This is ridiculous. We need to talk.
Been waiting for you to jump my bones.
Get off of me.
Is that what you really want?
Yes.
We both know what you really want. You want danger, don't you? You like your men dangerous.
You're in trouble, Xander. You are infected with some hyena thing. It's like a demonic possession.
Dangerous and mean, right? Like Angel, your mystery guy. Well, guess who just got me?
I'm sorry.
That is it!
Xander, I don't want to hurt you.
Now you want to hurt me? Come on, Slayer. I like it when you're scared. The more I scare you, the better you smell.
You're about this close to expulsion, people! I'm willing to talk to the school counselor, and we can discuss options. Get down from there this instant! Oh. Are you insane?
Oh, shit. That's what happened to Flutie?
Hurry up. We gotta get him locked up somehow before he comes to.
Oh my god, Xander,
I
what
knocked his
happened?
I hit him.
With what?
A desk. He tried to hand it felony sexual assault.
Oh, Buffy, the hyena in him didn't.
No. No, but it's safe to say that in his animal state, his idea of wooing doesn't involve a Yanni CD and a bottle of Chianti.
No.
There. I ought to hold him. Where's Giles?
I got called to some teacher's meeting. What are we gonna do? I mean, how do we get Xander back?
Right now I'm a little more worried about what the rest of the pack are up to.
The rest of the pack was spotted outside Herbert the mascot's cage. They were sent to the principal's office.
Good, that'll show him. Did it show him?
No.
They didn't hurt him, did they?
They ate him.
They ate Principal Flutie?
They did. It's fucked up because later on there is a scene that happens with Buffy and another character that people find abhorrent, and it is. And it takes a lot for that character to get redeemed, and it's no worse than what we just saw with Xander. And yet we're just gonna gloss right over that like that didn't just fucking happen.
Great. Volunteers?
Willow.
How are you feeling?
Somebody hit me with a desk.
Shown fault.
What am I doing here?
You're resting?
Yeah, let's call it that.
I'd love to see what you do to somebody who was really sick.
That's not fair. Buffy saved both of our lives.
Before she came here, our lives didn't need that much saving, did they? Look, I want you to help me. I want you.
I am helping you.
You're doing what you're told.
Buffy's trying to help you too. You know that. Or Xander does.
Yeah. Buffy's so selfless. Always thinking of us. Well, if I'm so dangerous, how come she left you alone with
Because
me?
you're in a cage?
I told her to.
Why?
Because I know you better than she does. And I wanted to be here to see if you were still you.
You know I am. Look at me. Look.
Xander. Now I know.
Enormously surprised by this.
The zoo imported those hyenas from Africa. There was something strange about them
Are
from
you
day
primal?
one. I did some homework. That particular breed is very rare, totally vicious. Historically, they were worshipped by these guys.
Primals.
Yeah, creepy guys. Now, they had rituals for taking the hyena spirits, but I don't see how that could have happened to your kids.
Well, we can guarantee you one of them, but there are 4 more and we have no idea where they are.
No, I wouldn't worry about that. After hyenas feed and rest, they will track the missing member of their pack until they find him.
They are really acting like Xander's the alpha, which is so crazy to me.
We must lead them back to the zoo if we're going to stop this.
And before their next meal. I guess that's my job.
Individually, they're almost as strong as you. As a group,
They're tough, but I think they're getting stupider. You guys go to the zoo, and I will bring them to you.
I thought they were gonna be in the car, like in the back seat.
What's going on?
I never do that. I never get into a car without in the back seat. Especially at night.
Didn't your mom teach you? Don't play with your food.
Xander.
Come on. You know what you want.
The word hanky comes to mind. I am not a fan. I mean, I could be all wet where this guy is concerned. Maybe he's a good guy, but I am not feeling it. Come on. Reveal that I'm right. Come on, give it to me.
this would be here when the children first came. Why would you... Terribly frustrating for you. A bunch of school children
bothered me. The power.
They're right behind me! That's Buffy, get ready! What is this?
Predatory act, remember?
Right. You'll pretend to slash my throat and put the evil in the hyenas?
Willow, come on.
Buffy, it's a trap!
You wanted to be one with the hyenas, dude. Mazel tov.
Well, I remember I'm going on the field trip and then going down to the hyena house, and next thing, some guy's holding Willow and he's got a knife.
You saved my life.
Hey, nobody messes with my Willow.
Except you, when you're being an ass.
This is definitely the superior Xander, except no substitutes.
I didn't do anything else. Did I around you guys anything embarrassing?
I've been reading up on my animal possession, and I cannot find anything anywhere about memory loss afterwards.
Did you tell them that?
Your secret dies with me.
Shoot me, stuff me, mount me.
So let's just talk about that for a second. So he remembers. He knows what he did. He knows that it wasn't him, and yet he's not gonna attempt to own that or make an apology or yeah. It's just a little more than a little fucked up, is all I'm saying. I will say that it's still not one of my favorite episodes by far, but it is better than I remember it. Some of the cut scenes, there was like with the core group of the four and then Xander, there wasn't much in the way of talking. I think they were trying to establish the animalistic nonverbal communication of it all, but I don't know, it left the episode feeling spotty, irregular, a little disjointed. I mean, not in the overall story, that was connective throughout, but just the shot. Sometimes it seemed like a scene felt like it was from a different show, if it weren't for seeing Xander's face. I would have, because Buffy relies a lot, although not always, on the banter and the particular conversational style that Whedon created in the writing. Although I suppose that's more a credit to the writer's room, but still, it felt like it didn't fit, like a round peg in a square hole. It just, I don't know. It didn't work for me. There were dead spots, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, where it just kind of felt like nothing was happening. It was meant to be impactful, but it just wasn't. For me, it just kind of fell flat. I'd give it a 3, I guess, on my scale of 1 to 5. Yeah, I'd give it a 3. But that's about it. Let's see what episode 7 has in store. Okay, guys. Episode 7. This one is called Angel. So maybe this is where we start to learn some things. Stuff that, you know, we already know, but Buffy doesn't yet. So let's get into it in 3, 2, 1, go.
Previously on Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Who are you?
A friend.
It must be Angel.
That weird guy that wondered about all the vampires?
The brethren
The
from his
weird
order
guy?
would come to the Master to bring him the Anointed.
Who's that?
The Anointed will be my greatest weapon against the Slayer.
Welcome, my friend.
It's always
Zachary
creepy
didn't return from the hunt last
when they
night.
get a kid to be all
Slayer.
evil.
Zachary was strong and he was careful. Still, the Slayer takes him, as she has taken so many of my family. It wears thin. Colin, what would you do about it?
I'd annihilate him.
Out of the mouths of babes.
Let me do it, Master. Let me kill her for you.
Ew.
I got it! 3 drinks, please.
The fumigation party.
Nope.
It's an annual tradition. The closing of the bronze for a few days to nuke the cockroaches. Oh,
That's
it's a lot of
gross.
fun. What's it like where you are?
I'm sorry, I was just thinking about things.
So we're talking about a guy?
Not exactly a guy. For us to have a conversation about a guy, there'd have to be a guy for us to have a conversation about. Is that a sentence?
Not really.
You lack a guy.
I do. Which is fine with me most of the time, but
See, that's that conversational
What about
binge I was
Angel?
talking about.
Angel?
Yeah, Angel.
To see him in a relationship. Hi, honey, you're in grave danger. I'll see you next month. I'm infecting those nearest and dear to me. I'm gonna call it a night.
Oh, don't go.
Yeah, it's early. We could, dance.
Rain check. Good night.
The episode that Geek watched with me that totally got ruined, that I don't want to talk about, even he couldn't get over how young David Boreanaz is in these early episodes. Like, his skin was flawless, that jawline is ridiculous. David's a handsome man. He's not my particular cup
It's
of tea,
late.
but
I'm tired, and I don't want to play
when
games.
he was young,
Show
wow.
yourself.
This could be a problem.
Good dogs don't.
She hasn't seen him fight yet. He's avoided it. He's still got that fucking velvet jacket on. That velour. Not cow.
It's alright. A vampire can't come in unless it's invited.
I've heard that before, but I've never put it to the test.
Not a lot of teen boys with
Nice
tats.
tattoo. I was lucky you came along. How did you happen to come along?
I live nearby. I was just out walking.
Uh-huh.
So, you weren't following me?
No.
I just had this feeling you were.
Why would I do that?
I am.
I
We're a
love
little
Joyce.
gallery, but you've no idea.
Well, then
how
why don't
much-
you go upstairs and get into bed and I can bring you some hot tea?
That's sweet. What'd you do?
Mm-hmm.
Can a daughter just be concerned about her mother?
Not generally. And who's
Hi.
this?
Hi.
Oh, okay. Angel, this is my mom. Mom, this is Angel. We ran into each other on the way home.
Nice to meet you.
What do you do, Angel?
He's a student. First year community college. Angel's been helping me with my history. You know, I've been toiling there. We'll hook up soon and do that study thing.
She's like, student, huh? Not in high school. Let's see.
You know, I'm the chosen one. It's my job to fight guys like that. What's your excuse?
Somebody has to.
Well, what does your family think of your career choice?
They're dead.
Was it vampires?
It was.
I'm sorry.
It was a long while ago.
So this is a vengeance gig for you.
You even look pretty when you go to sleep.
Well, when I wake up, it's an entirely different story.
Can I point out that she changed? He never once tried to peek.
Here.
You know, as opposed to Xander trying to adjust the mirror so that he can
Sleep
catch
tight.
a glimpse.
In your room? In your bed?
Not in my bed, by my bed.
That is so romantic. Did you, did he,
Perfect gentleman.
Buffy, come on, wake up and smell the seduction. It's the oldest trick in the
Like
book.
you would know
What?
anything
Saving my
about
life,
seduction.
getting slashed in the ribs?
Duh. I mean, guys will do anything to impress a...
They look like this?
Yeah. What's with the uniforms?
It seems you encountered the three. Warrior vampires. Very proud and very strong.
how is it you always know this stuff?
Kind
you
of his
always
job.
know what's going on. I never know what's going on.
Not a watcher.
You weren't here from midnight until 6 researching it.
No, I was sleeping.
Obviously you're hurting the master very much. He wouldn't send the three for just anyone.
We failed in our duty, and now our lives belong to you.
Pay attention, child. You are the anointed, and there is much you must learn.
With power comes responsibility. True, they did fail, but also true. We who walk at night share a common bond. The taking of a life, I'm not talking about humans, of course, is a serious matter.
So you would spare them? No.
I am weary, and their deaths will bring me little joy.
But not no joy.
Of course, sometimes a little is enough.
Foot and mouth disease.
I did a lot of thinking today. I really can't be around you. Because when I am...
Hey, no big. Water. Over the bridge.
All I can ever
Under
think
the
about
bridge,
is how
over
badly
the
I
dam.
want to kiss you.
Kiss me.
Their first kiss.
What? What's wrong?
That.
I can't believe this is happening. 1 minute we were kissing, and the next minute... Can a vampire ever be a good person, or couldn't it happen?
Vampire isn't a person at all.
All right.
Here we go.
You have a problem, and it's not a small one. Let's take a breath and look at this calmly and objectively. Angel's a vampire. You're a slayer. I think it's obvious what you have to do.
See? Right off the rip.
It is a slayer's duty.
Yeah, I know you have feelings for this guy, but it's not like you're in love with him, right? You're in love with a vampire? What, are you out of your mind?
Oh, right. I forgot about his first apartment. It's actually kind of a cool little pad.
Who's here?
A friend.
No, you're not.
Hi. It's been a while. Nice. You're living above ground, like one of them. You and your new friend are attacking us like one of them. Guess what, precious? You're not one of them.
Can you please warn us before you do that?
Yeah, but, there's nothing about Angel in the text, but it suddenly occurred to me it's been ages since I've read the diaries of any of the watchers before me.
That must have been so embarrassing when you thought he had read your diary, but then it turned out he hadn't, but then he felt the same way.
This Angel have a tattoo behind his right shoulder.
Yeah, it's a bird or something.
He comes to America, shuns other vampires, and lives alone. There's no record of him hunting here.
So he is a good vampire. I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being someone who's killing and maiming every night, and 1 being someone who's...
Not?
Not?
I say that there's no record that vampires hunt and kill. It's what they do.
Fish gotta swim, birds gotta fly.
Shut up,
Could have fed
Xander.
on me, he didn't.
Question. 100 years or so before he came to our shores, what was he like then?
Like all of them. A vicious, violent animal.
Yeah.
Angel kills her and comes back to the fold.
Angel. He was the most vicious creature I ever met. I miss him.
So do I.
Why would he kill her if he feels for her?
To keep her from killing him.
Like Xander said, I'm the Slayer and he's a vampire. God, I can't. He's never done anything to hurt me. Okay, I need to stop thinking about this.
Okay. The air...
Yeah, Xander had like 0 compassion, empathy, sympathy, anything. He was just like, well, you gotta kill him. That's not a friend.
Hello?
Hi, I'm Darla, a friend of Buffy's.
Oh, nice to meet you.
She didn't mention anything about me coming over for a study date, did she?
No, I thought she was studying with Willow at the library.
She is. Willow's the Civil War expert, but then I was supposed to help her with the War of Independence. My family kind of goes back to those days.
Yeah.
Well, I know she's supposed to be home soon. Would you like to come in and wait?
It's very nice of you to invite me into your home. Aren't you hungry for something warm after all this time?
Go away, Darla.
Come on, Angel. Just say yes.
This looks really bad.
Home.
This looks so bad. Oh my god, it looks so bad. Yeah. Wow, okay, so that's the first time that window breaks. I'm gonna
You're not welcome
keep
here.
it a ticker tape.
You come near us and I'll kill you.
He didn't do it.
Mom? Mom, can you hear me? Yes, I need an ambulance. 1630 Ravello Drive. My mother cut herself. She lost a lot of blood. Please, please hurry. Mom.
Hey, Buffy. Oh my God.
What happened?
Nope.
Angel.
Do you remember anything, Mom?
Just, your friend came over. I was gonna make a snack.
My friend?
I guess I slipped and cut my neck on. The doctor said it looked like a barbecue fork. We don't have a barbecue.
And barbecue forks are like this. Fangs are more,
Are you the
spread out.
doctor?
Oh, no, Mom, this is Mr. Giles. It's too
No.
Buff, it's not your fault.
No. I invited him into my home. Even after I knew who he was, what he was, and I didn't do anything about it. Because I had feelings for him, because I cared about him.
If you care about somebody, you care about them. You can't change that by
killing them.
Impression herself.
I know she's having trouble with history. Is it too difficult for her, or is she not applying herself?
She lives very much in the now, and well, the history, of course, is very much about the then. But there's no reason.
She's studying with Willow. She's studying with Darla. I mean, she is trying.
Darla, I don't believe I know.
Her friend, the one who came over tonight.
Darla came to your house tonight. She's the friend that you mentioned earlier.
Poor
Not doing anything to hurt her.
Don't go soft on me now. A little wide.
Why? Why didn't you just attack me when you had the chance? Was it a joke? To make me feel for you and then... I killed a lot of vampires. I've never hated one before.
Feels good, doesn't it?
Into my home and then you attacked my family.
Why not? I killed mine.
I
Killed their friends.
knew that was coming.
And their friends' children. For 100 years, I offered an ugly death to everyone I met. And I did it with a song in my heart.
Fact. And jealous was awful.
What changed?
Fed on a girl about your age. Beautiful. Dumb as a post. But a favorite among her clan.
Her clan?
The Romani. Gypsies. The elders conjured the perfect punishment for me. They restored my soul. When you become a vampire, the demon takes your body, but it doesn't get your soul. That's gone. No conscience, no remorse. It's an easy way to live. You have no idea what it's like to have done the things I've done. And to care. I haven't fed on a living human being since that day.
So you started with my mom?
I didn't bite her.
And why didn't you say something?
But I wanted to.
It's a big risk.
Go ahead. Not as easy as it looks.
Sure it is.
Ugh.
You had a chance to come home, to rule with me in the Master's court for 1,000 years, but you threw that away because of her. You love someone who hates us. You're sick.
Fast.
Buffy was an angel who attacked your mom and Darla!
It's so hard for me seeing her, like, Darla, Julie Benz being such a bitch. Because now she's canonized in my brain from Dexter, where I really, really like her, and she's very, very sweet.
Angel?
Oh, right. Just dusted my ex for you. He's upset. He's really upset.
Get her.
How dare you? She was my favorite for 400 years.
She was weak. Don't need her. I'll bring you the Slayer.
But to lose her to Angel, he was to have sat at my right hand come the day. And now...
They're all against you. But soon you shall rise. And when you do, you kill them all.
Look, this can't
Never be anything. I know.
You guys keep telling yourselves that.
For one thing, you're like 224 years older than I am.
I just gotta walk away from this.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know.
And so does she, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You okay?
It's just...
Painful.
Yeah.
See you around?
Not observant, Buffy. Painful. Okay, so that was episode 7, Angel. What I was talking about the Whedonism, Joss, and I don't like to dwell on him much, but he has something he's fairly consistent with. When he introduces a gun into particularly this world, but even in some of his other works, he takes it very seriously. I know that sounds like it should just be self-evident, but it isn't. A lot of times people, directors, creators, will introduce guns or gunplay for dramatic tension, for action. Josh, especially in Buffy and then later on in Angel, is very, very sparing with it. And it usually ends in something tragic happening. It's not, they focuses on the supernatural and the stakes and the hand-to-hand combat and all of that kind of thing, and certainly death, but not like that. When it's humans being humans, that is addressed not necessarily more seriously, but in a much more somber tone, as if to highlight or showcase the fact that evil and or cruelty or real darkness doesn't take a supernatural creature or monster. That humanity, while capable of incredible acts of kindness and compassion, are also capable of depraved indifference and wanton violence, and senseless violence. So I always kind of respected that take. This was a good episode. I thought there were parts of it that I recalled as they were happening. Like Angel's line about, killing his own family. I remembered that line, but I didn't know it was this early on. I thought for some reason it came later in the series or in a different episode. Like, I didn't put it here until it came up, and then I was like, oh, okay, I remember that now. Xander could have been more dickish, and certainly will be in the future, but we're starting to see that pattern, because he wants his shot, and because he doesn't approve of anyone really who goes near Buffy. His lack of any kind of understanding of what she's going through, that cold, indifferent, well, you gotta kill him, is just not, like, we've all had friends, probably, I would think, that have gotten involved with people that you don't necessarily like, or that is bad for that person, or is not a good fit for that person, and maybe they don't see it yet because, they have rose-colored glasses, or whatever the case may be. I've been on both sides of that. And you can try to advise them. It usually doesn't end well, but if you're going to try to convince someone that someone else isn't good for them, it's certainly not a good approach to just start with, they're bad for you. You should dump him or her. You should get rid of him or her. That person doesn't really care about you, or whatever the case is. That is not an approach that's going to get you any headway with your friend. And if you care about your friend and how your friend is feeling, it may seem very black and white to you, but to them, it's very complicated because their emotions are all stirred up in that particular emo milkshake. And so you have to take a minute and take a beat and approach it with some semblance of, hey, I understand that this is hard. If you don't start from there, the person's not going to listen to you. And Xander, and again, keeping in mind that he's 16, but I remember high school. I remember friends dating people who I did not like or did not think were a good fit, and I had enough sense to know you don't just start out with, they suck, you shouldn't be with them. So, yeah. Willow was exactly, yeah, it's like she said, you feel for someone. You feel for them, then you feel for them. You can't really control that. What you do with that, you can certainly, assess and make decisions and choices, but you feel what you feel. And that, to me, denoted a level of maturity and genuine friendship that I feel that Xander is just lacking. Like I said, he's chaotic selfish. But he is brave and he is loyal. Yeah. But now as we, and they're Angel and Buffy, sharing their first kiss. I don't think it's a spoiler for anyone to know that Angel and Buffy are a huge thing. They are a huge, star-crossed lover couple icon, or iconic couple, I guess, that is well known and established. So much so, it spawns his own series off of it, which also indicates that at some point he leaves Buffy, the show, and I suppose Buffy. But that'll all shake out as we go along. But I think this early episode showing how that came to pass, and them trying to convince themselves, it's adorable, that they're going to walk away and stay away from each other. And it seems, especially with teenagers, I don't know what Angel's excuse is that, they convince themselves that they're not going to do something, that something's bad for them, that they know better. Or my favorite, that they understand the complications and they are accepting them maturely and walking into the situation with their eyes open. Never ends well. Never works out that way. The other thing I will say that Geek, my husband, has always had a problem with this, with Twilight, with any of the vampire, immortal, teenage girl situations, which obviously is usually the case. Bella from Twilight was also in high school. He always has a problem with the age thing. He sees it as a inappropriate, borderline, not even borderline, he has said molestation type situation. And I get what he's saying. I do. I mean, 250 years old, he has all the experience of people well beyond her years. And he is interested in this. Actually, the first time he sees her, she's 15, and he's all smitten. So I get what he's saying. But I also understand that these, in each one of these cases, the guy always, and in both cases of Twilight and Buffy, it's a guy. These guys they appear to be between, I don't know, 17, 18, and like 23, 24. And the girl's always like somewhere between like 16 and 18, or 16 and 19. And I know, and this is in many states, this is illegal. In Massachusetts, 16 is the age of consent, which is where I'm from. I'm not going to say that I necessarily agree that 16 is the right age to be making those kinds of decisions, but in several places that's considered old enough to decide who you want to sleep with. And so it gets, and they never go below 16, I have noticed. But it is problematic. You do tend to wonder, I remember being younger, looking at older people and going, well, when my mother would have a response like, why is this person spending time with you? You're a kid. Or why is this guy interested in you? He's an adult, you're a kid. And being very offended by that, because as the younger person, you feel that you're mature and that you're ready to handle certain things, and how dare a parent or anyone else tell you that you don't know how you feel. Again, approach is everything. But now that I'm older, looking back, yeah, there's some question there. What does someone in their mid to late 20s have to talk about or communicate with someone who is 16? Are there exceptions to this? Absolutely. There are some incredibly mature 16-year-olds, and there are some incredibly immature 20-somethings, and 30-somethings, and 40-somethings. But by and large, there's a disconnect there. There might be chemistry, there might be attraction, but at some point, it can get a little wonky and uneven in just overall experience and knowledge, and that can give one an unfair advantage. So it's hard to say. But then as you get older, if someone 25 is dating someone 29, we don't think much about that. It's only 4 years. But 16 and 20 is also 4 years, and that's a big difference. So, and then you take into consideration that, the human brain doesn't stop really developing until 25, which raises the question about vampires. Like, they stop aging whenever they were created. Do they also stop developing? Like, Angel was made when he was like 18, I think. Maybe 19. I think that's how old he's supposed to be. 20 at the absolute outside. So, did his brain never fully develop? Was he locked in at that level of maturity? And he's just been 19, 20 years old for 200 plus years? If that's the case, then there's really no argument to be had. I mean, yeah, you could take a 16-year-old and give them a lot of those experiences of those years, but they're still going to respond to those experiences as a 16-year-old would. Or would they? Like, at what point does that seesaw tip the other way? It's an interesting thought. Anyways, so that's my little tirade on that topic. Don't date underage people, is my little PSA for that. But yeah, they have an interesting love affair for sure. And it is going to have all kinds of consequences and fallouts and pitfalls and highs and lows, and we get to sit here and watch all of it. So, alright guys, we will see you next week for the next 2 episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Until then, don't get bit.